Well, guys, we got a ton of new photos from the Jeffrey Epstein files, folks. And boy, Democrats, man, they really wanted to get Trump with the release of these files. However, it seems to be a whole bunch of, wait for it, William Jefferson Clinton. Yeah, Bill Clinton. We know that he was great pals with Jeffrey Epstein. Very good friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was on that plane. He went to that island. No doubt about it. Now, folks, the only reason why Democrats actually wanted to release the Epstein files was just to get Trump. And we saw, folks, that they were actually releasing photos of Trump that really had nothing to do with Epstein. Like the beauty pageant contestants that was actually in Trump's owned that pageant, if I'm not mistaken. They used that and they actually redacted the faces of all these women to make you think that they were minors. But folks, this Bill Clinton thing, man, got questions. Bill Clinton, you need to answer some questions on this because there is a ton of photos of the former president. A lot. And I wonder why Democrats never want to ask questions about Bill Clinton. There's been a ton of evidence of Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton. They were definitely way more tight than Trump and Epstein ever were. Remember, guys, Epstein had that weird painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress. I believe that's the Monica Lewinsky dress, if I'm not mistaken. Then we find out there's a new photo, and this is very weird, guys, of Epstein and Bill Clinton, a photo of them hanging above a toilet. Kind of a weird place if you actually ask me. Okay? But there has been nothing at all that anyone could actually think that President Trump is actually involved in inappropriate things. Just not there. Because folks, if Trump was actually found to have done something wrong, the Biden administration would have put that out years ago. But they didn't because they have nothing. But we must go ahead and dive into this Bill Clinton stuff, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Fox News. New Epstein documents include photos of Bill Clinton shirtless in a hot tub, socializing with Michael Jackson. Yes, there's a picture of Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and Bill Clinton. And then there's actually a couple of photos redacted. And you may be wondering, all right, why are these photos actually redacted? I'm glad you asked because this is where Bill Clinton should actually be in some real hot water. This is where questions should actually be asked. Let's read some of this first, and it's going to tell you why those faces were redacted. It says here, a photo of former President Bill Clinton topless in a dimly lit hot tub with his arms folded behind his head was included in a massive trove of Jeffrey Epstein files released Friday by the DOJ. In another photo, Clinton is seen wading in a pool next to Ghislaine Maxwell and a woman whose face was redacted by authorities. Subsequent photos show Clinton posing with American pop stars Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and seated on a plane next to a female wearing an American flag pin whose face was redacted. He was also seen smiling arm in arm with the late disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Epstein at what appeared to be a dinner party wearing a festive shirt. So this is the photo right here, guys, of Bill Clinton in the pool right there. And this female's face right here is redacted. Okay? The locations where the photos were taken were not included and no context was provided. White House Deputy Press Secretary Abigail Jackson took to social media Friday afternoon to comment on the never-before-seen photos of the former president. Now check this out. Quote, here is Bill Clinton in a hot tub next to someone whose identity has been redacted. Per the Epstein Files Transparency Act, DOJ was specifically instructed only to redact the faces of victims and or minors. Jackson wrote, time for the media to start asking real questions. Yeah. So when you actually see, like this photo right here, this is a victim right here. And an underage kid or underage kid. And we know how Epstein felt about underage girls. Bill Clinton was around them. Got some serious questions about this. Got some real questions. There's another photo right there. Bill Clinton, Maxwell, and a female's face who is redacted right there. Yeah. And look at Bill Clinton and Epstein, man. Boy, they seem to be pretty buddy-buddy right there. Very, very buddy-buddy. Now, over here, man, they got some more photos right here. Look at this here, this post right here. Notice how the left and Thomas Massie aren't demanding arrest of Bill Clinton, despite pits with minors and trafficking victims. I notice instead they're complaining about obligatory redactions. It was never about justice of victims, always just about getting Trump. Yeah, that's what it was always about. But boy, they got a whole bunch of pictures of Bill Clinton, man. A whole bunch of pictures of Bill Clinton. Gunther Eagleman here. Not a single Democrat has come out and denounced Bill Clinton yet. Nope, not one. And we got like a montage here of photos of Bill Clinton with Epstein. Of course, that was Mick Jagger right there also as well. Man, he was very, very close with one Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. Now, listen to this, man, because Scott Jennings on CNN, he's going to tell it like it is, man. He's going to tell it like it is. Listen into this.
Scott, don't you think that because they are not releasing everything that Congress and the president signed to say you have to release this in 30 days, doesn't it give more fodder for the conspiracies that exist? I mean, they're not following the law.
Well, look, they've released how many documents tonight? 200,000? More? 400?
10% of that.
Okay, so a good faith effort is being made to release files tonight.
Really?
They're obviously doing that. And I think as it relates to redactions, I mean, my impression is that there's a whole lot of names of victims in there and minors and other people that you probably wouldn't want to release, and they do need to be redacted. Regarding Bill Clinton, I'm sorry to tell you, the reason that Bill Clinton's picture is in the Epstein files is because this has always been a story about Bill Clinton and not Donald Trump. We should call it the Clinton files, not the Epstein files. That's what we're learning tonight. This is the Clinton files.
Yep.
This is the blowing up in the face of the Democrats over this. It's Bill Clinton. This is a story about Democrats and Bill Clinton, and it's always been that way.
Yeah, Scott Jennings is absolutely right. Because Epstein was a huge fan of Democrats. We already talked about that Democrat rep from the Virgin Islands who was actually texting Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing. He was actually feeding her stuff on what to say. Yeah, these Democrats, man, were definitely in bed with Epstein. Now look at this. This is only 5 seconds right here. And they're going to tell you, man, these leftists on this on CNN, they're going to tell you, nobody cares about Bill Clinton. Listen in.
Nobody even cares about Bill Clinton. Nobody even cares about Bill
Hold on a
Clinton.
second.
Yeah, Carrie Champion right there. Saying nobody cares about Bill Clinton. They don't care. Democrats don't care about these photos, man. Only if President Trump was in it. Only if President Trump was in it, and we haven't seen anything. Nothing. This post right here, the Epstein files have been released, and it's been horrendous for Bill Clinton. I mean, 200,000 files, and he's everywhere. Bill Clinton is everywhere. Look at this here. Wow, Democrats are now angry at President Trump after the Epstein files are so bad for Bill Clinton. They asked for this. Yeah, they did. They asked for this. So there you have it, man. Bill Clinton has some explaining to do. Got some explaining to do, Mr. President. Big time. Democrats don't care, though. This is all about getting Trump, man. This is the only reason why they just wanted to get Trump. They want to smear him. Nothing more. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.